While collecting homework, I noticed one of my students had written something on the back of her assignment that wasn't meant for me to see. I almost wish I hadn't turned it over. I teach 5th grade, 21 kids. I collect homework by walking row to row with a basket, and they drop it in face up. That's the system. On a Wednesday in February, a girl named Suki Tran placed her paper in the basket face down. She'd never done that before. I didn't think about it until I was grading at my desk during lunch and flipped her paper over. The assignment was a math worksheet. On the back, in small, careful handwriting, she'd written a list. Things I need to do before Friday. Pack the blue bag with clothes for me and Teo. Take the box from under mom's bed. Don't forget Teo's bear or he won't sleep. Leave after she falls asleep Thursday night. Don't wake her up or it won't work. Walk to the gas station on Birch. Wait for the bus at 6:10. Don't cry, or Teo will cry. Be brave. Teo was her 4-year-old brother. I'd met him once at pickup. He held Suki's hand like she was the only solid thing in the world. I read the list 3 times. A 10-year-old had written a runaway plan on the back of a math worksheet with the detail and precision of someone who'd been thinking about it for a long time. She knew the bus schedule. She knew which bag. She knew she had to take something from under her mother's bed. She knew not to cry because her brother would mirror it. This was not impulsive. This was organized, practiced in her head, maybe for weeks. I didn't go to the principal first. I went to the school counselor, a woman named Miss Yardley who'd been doing this for 22 years. I showed her the list. She read it without expression. Then she said, "Bring her to me during recess." I pulled Suki from the playground at 1:15. She walked into Mrs. Yardley's office and sat in the chair and immediately looked at the table where her worksheet was sitting face down. She knew. She saw the paper, and she knew I'd read the back. Her face did something I've only seen once on a child, and hope never to see again. It collapsed inward. Not crying? Something before crying? The structural failure that happens right before the tears start. Mrs. Yardley said, "Suki, can you tell me about the list?" Suki looked at me. I nodded. She looked back at Mrs. Yardley. "I'm taking my brother away." "Where are you going?" "Anywhere that isn't home." "Why do you need to leave home?" "Because my mom's boyfriend hits her, and when he's done hitting her, he starts on us." She said it like a weather report. Clear. Practiced. She'd been carrying this sentence ready to deploy the moment someone asked, "How long has this been happening?" "Since summer. He moved in June." "Does your mom know he hurts you?" "She knows. She says she's going to make him leave, but she doesn't. She told me to lock my door at night, but Telu's room doesn't have a lock, so I sleep in his room now." "Every night?" "Every night. I sleep on the floor next to his bed, so if the door opens, I'm the first thing he sees. Instead of Teo." Mrs. Yardley's pen stopped moving. "What's in the box under your mom's bed?" "Money. Mom hides it from him so he doesn't drink it. I was going to take enough for 2 bus tickets." "Where were you going to go?" "My aunt lives in Millbrook." I looked it up. "The bus goes there." Mrs. Yardley asked how she'd looked it up. "The school library computer. I used it during free period." She'd researched bus routes on a school computer during free period. She was 10 years old, and she had an extraction plan. Mrs. Yardley asked one more question. "What happens if you stay?" Suki was quiet for a long time. Then she said, "Something bad to Teo." "I know, because last week he tried to hit Teo and I got in the way, and he grabbed my arm." She pulled up her sleeve. There were 4 bruises and a line across her forearm. "Finger-shaped," she said. "I can take it." "Teo can't. He's 4. He still thinks monsters are pretend." CPS was called within the hour. The school resource officer took photographs of Suki's arm. The caseworker arrived before the end of the school day. Suki's mother was contacted. She came to the school, and when she saw the caseworker, she started crying immediately. Not the scared kind, the relieved kind. She said, "I've been trying to leave. I don't have anywhere to go." The caseworker connected her with an emergency shelter that took families. Suki's mother and both kids were placed that night. The boyfriend was served a protective order 2 days later. Suki came back to school the following Monday. She put her homework in the basket face up. At recess, she played Foursquare for the first time all year. I watched from the door. Mrs. Yardley came and stood next to me. She said, "The list saved them." I said she wrote it on the back of a math worksheet. She wasn't asking for help. She was solving the problem herself because no adult had solved it for her. Mrs. Yardley said, "But you turned the paper over." "I almost didn't." "I know, but you did."